What's up guys, it's Mike for Sim Racing 604. Today I am going to be giving you an overview of the Paul Ricard circuit. So this is going to be the newest addition to Assetto Corsa Competizione Build 3. We're going to get this car, the BMW M6 GT3, as well as the Paul Ricard circuit. So the Paul Ricard circuit, for those not familiar, is home to the French Grand Prix in F1, and notable for a few reasons. Aesthetically, it's kind of a mixed bag, mixed opinions on it. I personally like the blue and red off track, but at the same time, all the cones. What they've done with Paul Ricard is there's something like 167 layouts or something possible. So you'll see a lot of cones laid out for temporary obstructions. So it's, in my opinion, not the most visually pleasing track. However, to drive, I really enjoy sort of the flow of the track. So anyway, going to be giving you an overview of that in a moment. So the Paul Ricard circuit, it's going to be running in May of 2019 will be the next event there for the Blancpain series. It is a 1,000-kilometer endurance race. It starts May 31st into June 1st, and the circuit has 15 corners, about 5.8 kilometers in total. And the lap record is a blistering 139. I cannot get anywhere close to that time. But anyway, fun little circuit, and I'm glad to have it coming to ACC. Doing this demo, of course, in Assetto Corsa. So what we're going to do is just jump in and do a slow lap, and I'll just kind of walk you through all the corners, all 15 corners, and then do a couple of quick laps to sort of show you the flow of the track. Anyway guys, enjoy this in-car, and thank you for watching. Alright guys, so here we are in the pits at Paul Ricard on board the BMW M6 GT3, and I'm just going to do the slow overview lap, and then we'll do one, maybe two reasonably quick laps so you can get an idea of the flow of the track, which is really where this thing shines. Paul Ricard, that is. In my opinion, not the most beautiful track, but it's got a nice flow to it to drive. Alright, so exiting the pits, you come out on the main straightaway. Braking point will be somewhere around the 100 mark. And then we go into a quick left, then right combo here. There's another layout of this, which you'll find in Race Room, where that's actually a high speed left then right, and it's fantastic. It's so much fun to drive. But the Blancpain layout is the basically double 90. Hugging the left here, somewhere around the 125 to 100 mark. We're going to brake second gear into another double corner, right then left this time. The left winds us around quite far, setting up for a first gear right-hander. This one is very sharp. And we're going to finish on the outside here. Now the next right-hander has a very interesting line. So you'll notice where the sort of tire wear marks are, or the rubber marks are. We're not going to attack the apex too strongly here. We're going to keep it out wide. And what we want to do is finish out here, leaning towards the right. And as soon as we can get on the power here, at the earliest opportunity, as soon as we know we have rear traction, we are going to give it all the gas we can give it. Trying to hit this apex as aggressively as possible. The reason being is we are going to be full throttle for about the next 20 seconds. So this long straight at the Blancpain endurance layout will see us get up to speeds of 280, 290, somewhere in there. There is a chicane here that's optional. You can see the cones there, so depending on the race series that's here, F1 runs a chicane down the back straightaway here. I know they're petitioning to have it taken out, but anyway, that's neither here nor there for this video. So great passing opportunity here. You get a draft and can pass some cars coming into this right-hander. So around the 100 mark, we're going to gear down into fifth gear. Try and hug the inside here. Now, we're carrying a lot of speed through that right-hander there. The good news is, if you don't make it and you finish out here, no big deal. There's no grass, there's no dirt to be found. Terrible for viewers. You can see the spectators up there in the distance. This runaway area here with all this blue is tremendous for cars, not so great for spectators. So anyway, you can miss wide there, not a big deal, just don't pass when you're off the track, obviously. Now this long right-hander is more than 180 degrees. We're going to keep it out wide here, and watch for indications inside there, and when it's time, we're going to go down to second gear from third and cut hard to the inside for a very late apex. Setting up for a long left-hander here. Now those of you who are not in VR, this is going to be a tough section. Sector 3 here is actually really tough. The reason being is you can see off to my left there, my apex is somewhere beyond that pillar. So very tough to see. Much easier in VR because you can kind of look out the window and see where your apex is. But there it is right there. And you'll finish with a bit of speed there because you're setting up for a slow, lazy right-hander here. Looking for the blue on the right there, and just before the blue, we're going to hit the brakes, go down to second gear, and very similar left turn to the previous one. Again, difficult to find your apex. Now this is an interesting section here. So that was turn 14. This is turn 15 ahead of us, the right-hander. Now you'll want to finish on the left side of the track here, setting up for that right-hander, of course, but there's a golden passing opportunity here. If you're stuck behind somebody, this could be the area. So I'm just going to back up a little bit here, just show you what I mean. Oops. So coming out of that left-hander there, coming out of turn 14, again, we're going to try and bring the car around to the left to set up for that right-hander. However, if you stay right, you're going to carry more speed, and you're going to beat your opponent to this apex. And as soon as you're here, he can't cut inside, he or she can't cut inside, of course. He's going to have to run a really wide line out of here. You're not going to have much speed, but there's a good chance you'll be able to keep that position. It's one of my favorite passing areas in all of sim racing, so good opportunity there. Alright, so let's run a 1 or 2 quick laps here. And quick is a very loose statement. So again, we're looking for the 100 mark here to brake. And it's down into second gear here. Maybe third. And then just hugging the left along here until about the 125 mark. Actually, probably closer to 100. Second gear, right hand, then left hand. Setting up for this really tight first gear. Other than turn 15, that is the tightest corner on the track. Then this really odd corner here where, again, we want to finish on the right here, getting up as much speed as we can. We're full throttle already, trying to hit this apex, carry as much speed as we can out of here. 210. We might hit 270 here. But this straightaway is long enough that you can't ignore it in your setup, much like the Kemmel straight. It's such a significant amount of time that you got to make sure your setup is good for top speed as well. 275, not bad. Again, down one gear here, a little bit of braking. Finishing wide here, setting up for this long right-hander. Down into third gear. Keeping it wide, looking for that apex point, cutting inside. Too early there. Missed the apex. And then this sort of blind left-hander here. Very tough to spot the apex, carrying a bit of speed out of there for the right-hander. Looking for that blue on the right. And because I'm not trying to pass anybody, I'm going to keep it to the left here. First gear, turn 15. And on to the front straight. Let's go one more. So yeah, not much to look at in my opinion, but drives nicely. And those nice wide runaway lanes. It affords you a bit of luxury in terms of running wide. You can push pretty hard, and if you miss, it's not the end of the world. Just again, be mindful of your opponents. Don't pass when you're off the track. And I was watching videos of the guys running the Endurance Blancpain last year, 2017, and they were hitting speeds somewhere like 295-ish. So again, just be mindful of your tune here. I'm going to try and hit this apex this time. Whoops, lost a bit of control there. Nope, missed it again. I do find that Sector 3 here is one of the tougher sectors on the Blancpain circuit. Excuse me, on the Blancpain, what am I trying to say here? Season, in the Blancpain season. It's just a lot to contend with. Sector 1 is very technical as well, but you just kind of got to be thinking one turn ahead and you'll be good. Alright, awful time there. You should be running somewhere in the 140s for qualifying, somewhere in the 150s probably for racing. But anyway, that is it in a nutshell. Thanks guys so much for watching, and we will see you next time.